The biggest problem with the new Urchin style baits that nobody's talking about is actually what we're going to talk about on the channel today. Everybody's talking about how good these new little Urchin style baits are right now, like the Hag's prickly pear, the Koki. They catch fish, guys. That is not the question. But after throwing them, what I realized is something. The number one problem with these baits absolutely has nothing to do with how they catch fish. It's how you store these crazy things when you're not fishing with them. These little rubber sea mines, they look amazing in the package, but once they come out and get tossed around in a tackle tray and get those little arms and appendages bent, it's game over, guys. These baits work because of all those little appendages and spikes. That's the whole deal with these. They trap water, they move slow, they give that bulky profile that fish are looking for. But those same features become a problem in storage. If you pack these things up in like a regular plain old tackle box and stack other plastics around them or on top of them, all those little spikes, they just fold over. Now instead of looking like an urchin, you got yourself something that looks like it got run over in a Walmart parking lot and left for dead. And then there's the soft plastic chemistry issue. This is something else that a lot of people are learning the hard way. Some soft plastics play nice with each other and some of them don't. Now these baits are made out of TPE and some are made out of plastisol, which most of your soft plastics people are using these days are made out of plastisol. And you mix the wrong stuff together, and next thing you know, your little expensive urchin baits, they turn into shiny little blobs of sadness. So here's what I'm doing. Now let's talk about option one, okay? This is the one that kind of is a no-brainer. You can leave them in the original package, but for me, fishing out of a kayak, that is not an option because I have limited space and every inch of storage counts and I'm going to use it. So what I've done, I've built a dedicated box for these type baits. Well, actually, I built two. I built one for my TPE type baits and one for my plastisol baits because, like I mentioned before, they don't play well together. Those plastisol baits will turn these TPE baits into a heaping glob of gunk that no fish will bite. So I'm going to tell you guys what I've got here. I've got two boxes. This is actually a recycled box. This box cost me about $59.95. But the reason it cost $59.95 is because it was filled with Power Pro deck screws. You can see it has a snap-on lid. So it's a screw box, so it's watertight. You can take this lid completely off. And you can look down inside there. You see that gray down inside there? So I went to the local thrift store and they have some stuff like padded floor mats that look like a jigsaw puzzle on the outside. And those things are like 50 cents a piece. You can buy them at Lowe's, you can buy them at Home Depot. I'm sure you can get them at Walmart. I know for sure you can get them off of Amazon. But I took a piece that was 3/4 of an inch thick and I cut it to fit inside this little box here, as well as my box. This is my TPE box. You guys can see it. And I cut a piece of that foam to go in there as well. Like I said, I want to keep them separate. I don't want any messy blobs to deal with and throw away. But simply cut that, push it down in there. I actually put a couple of little dollops of silicone, just my marine grade silicone that I use on my kayak for stuff on the bottom, just to hold that in there. On the big one, now on this little one, you can push them down in there up to 3/4 of an inch. And some people are going to ask me, I know, well, where are you getting the wire from? All right, see there, they won't come out. They won't shake loose, it won't shake out, so you don't have to worry about it falling out. Next question I'm going to get from you guys is well, how are you suspending them? Guys, I went to my local hardware store. I know this is going to be real hard to see on camera, but I'm going to show you. This is a piece of 304 stainless steel picture hanging wire. It's in 0.16 inches, which is 1/16 of an inch. This piece of wire is rated for up to 35-pound breaking strength, okay? It won't break, but it'll bend. Now you're going to get it and it's going to be coiled up on a coil. Just pull you off a piece, take a couple pair of wire pliers and pop that thing, and it'll straighten that thing out straight as a board. Then you can cut it into the lengths you want. And I'm simply just putting my Urchins on there and sliding it on there. And then you can see here at the top, I've bent it over about an inch, and what that does is that keeps me from getting a hand jabbed whenever I reach in there to get one out. And it also helps protect this Urchin in there from the lid if for some reason it was to slide up, which, like I said, you push it down in there and it won't. But it kind of gives you a handle to get a hold of them. You can stick them in there in any order you want. You don't have to have them in a certain order. They can touch. You can do whatever you want. It's your box. But anyway, you need that box, that piece of foam. You need some wire. And if you choose some type of adhesive, you could probably use hot glue if you wanted to. Like I said, I had marine grade silicone on hand, so that's what I use. So if you're buying these new little Urchin baits and you're wondering why yours don't look like everybody else's after 2 fishing trips, it might not be your retrieve, guys. It might not be your setup. It might be the way that you're storing them wrong. So drop a comment down below. Let me know how you guys are storing them. Have y'all built something similar to this? Or have you been scratching your head thinking, how am I going to store these things? Because I got a feeling somebody out there already has an even better system just waiting to be exposed. Y'all be sure and like, subscribe, and most important, y'all go catch something. Tight lines, guys.